What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. Today we got a little bit of news here for the upcoming weekend champion chase event, so we'll go over that in this video. All right, so here it is. So they are planning on October 17th on Friday to be launching 2x Void event. Now this means that you're going to get double chance of pulling a legendary or epic from a Void shard. So generally speaking, they are only giving you 8% for an epic and 0.5% for a legendary on regular rates. So on Friday, it's going to be doubled. So 16% for epics and 1% for legendary. Now, these are pretty good events, obviously, if you're, kind of just progressing through the game and you just need epics to kind of fill in your roster a little bit, just to help you progress through the game. That's not a bad spot for it. It's also during a champion chase, meaning you'll get some extra points. Now, it's kind of weird because I was expecting 2x Ancient as per the schedule. The last 2x Ancient event was the first week of September, and the last 2x Void was actually in mid-September. So I was a little bit surprised. I think the rotation's a little bit weird. Let me know in the comments below if you guys notice anything different. But hey, we got 2x Voids coming this weekend. There's also going to be a 10x summoning boost on the Shredder. So the Shredder is one of the collab champions right now. He is the main boss in the event dungeon as well. He is a Shadowkin champion. He's an HP based damage dealer, but apparently he doesn't hit super hard. I did play test him a little bit and he was okay, but of course he's not going to be anything super insane. We have to compare him to other champions like Taras, for example, HP based void affinity damage dealer. And the Shredder definitely hits not as hard. He does have an interesting kit and it seems quite good. The triple hit on the A1 with ignore defense. He's got a double hit AoE on his A2 that destroys enemy defense, which is really nice. Also applies leech as well. And then he has an A3 here that goes through shield, block damage, and it gets a damage boost if he's under veil. Also ignores defense already. And he has a passive that provides damage mitigation as well as giving him evade and perfect veil. Now the thing is, he gets his veil placed on him when he gets hit. Now if you're a damage dealer, you usually don't want to get hit, but when he gets hit, he does place perfect veil on himself, and then he gets these nice bonuses, bonus damage here, and then irresistible leech. But without the veil, he's not that insane. He's not that great. Good base stats overall, but he really needs that veil for him to start doing some damage. He also gains a damage boost here when his allies are dead, which means, you kind of think of him as more of a go second champion or go second damage dealer. So he probably shine in those types of teams, but again, you don't really want to get hit. So anyways, Shredder, super cool looking champ. He's going to be an exclusive champion here, and he's going to be offered as a 10x this weekend. Now, that's only part of the announcement. The other part of the announcement is that this champion chase will have the winner take all for his perfect soul. His perfect soul will be the top prize for whoever wins that champion chase. The soul level will be dependent on what level you are currently. So it's going to top out at the 5-star perfect soul for level 65 to 100 with a minimum base point here to win at 5,000. So if you guys don't hit the minimums for your bracket, then you guys will not win the soul, even though you guys win the chase. So just keep that in mind. It's also going to be a slightly reduced pool. It's only going to be 50 players. Now this gives you potentially the opportunity to win this. Now it's kind of tough because Shredder is not something that a lot of people have. It wasn't a guarantee. So maybe this might be a chase that not many people would go for. However, there is a 2x boost here on voids, and the void shards usually get kind of crazy. So I wouldn't put too much stock into winning your champion chase unless you are the whale yourself. Now, the other little bit of information here that's really important is that they gave us the total amount of pizza points in the champion chase, and it's going to be 300. So in a previous video, I did mention that initially I thought it was going to be a 250 or 260 just because the math didn't really line up. And that was because I accidentally added an extra gear enhancement event into the week. On a follow-up video, I did say that the champion chase would likely be 300 points. And there we go, 300 pizza points. That's pretty significant. That means yeah, you have to participate in this no matter what, even if you've gotten every single pizza point up until this moment. So quickly pulling up the calendar here, we're only expecting 50 points from the Shredder's Wrath tournament, 300 points now from the champion chase. The Fire Knight tournament is going to be 40 points here, similar to the Spider tournament that's ongoing right now. 20 points for the Classic Arena, 100 points for the training event, which is active right now. And then we have the gear enhancement event at the end of the week, and that should be 60 points there as well. So that's going to sum up this week. Like I said, guys, there's only going to be 150 points here in the last week of the Titan event. So most of your points are going to have to come this week. Obviously, this champion chase is going to be pretty massive if you guys are going to go for April and all that. So with 150 points left in the last week of the Titan event, we can kind of expect that there's not going to be anything too crazy in the first couple days of the week. So only 150 points. It's probably just going to be perhaps like a dungeon diver, a random gear tournament dungeon that needs to be done. So there's not going to be too much left in the last week. So just keep that in mind when you guys are trying to chase for April and all that. Personally speaking, both my accounts are on kind of different pathways, but we're both probably in line to get April. My main account, I'm going to skip the Deck of Fate for Wrath because I already have Wrath. And then for my alt account, I will be pursuing Wrath, but I'll be pulling my Soul Stones near the end of the Deck of Fate just because I want to see how much energy and points I get by doing all the dungeons first before I commit my Soul Stones to it. But for both my accounts, I'm probably going to have to get the full 300 from the Champion Chase and then complete the rest of the events. And then I should be able to get April without any issues. But yeah, I was fully expecting 2x Ancient. So 2x Voids happening is a little bit of a surprise. I don't think that's a great surprise. Mainly because Ancients are way more efficient. Although Void Shards are not inefficient, they're pretty good still on a 2x boost for Champion Chase. The big thing that would probably make me really hesitate with spending Void Shards is because of Leonardo. There's a lot of speculation right now basically saying that there is, some kind of chance in the universe that Leonardo could be a Void Shard guarantee. And I'm holding out my Void Shards here. I'm hoping, I'm holding out for about 120 just in case the worst case scenario happens and Leonardo is a guaranteed Void Shard champion. I really don't think so, but if there is a sliver of chance in the universe that this happens and I am, I can prevent that from affecting me. So I'm going to try to hold on to my Void Shards best I can. So I definitely did not prefer to see 2x Voids this weekend, which makes it harder to get actual points on a Champion Chase as well. And especially if I need 300 Champion Chase, pizza points, it's going to be quite difficult. Like I have some fragments, I have some remnants I saved up and all that. But it's not going to be enough. This Champion Chase is probably going to cost, I would say, probably like 4,500 for all of it, all 300 points, maybe even more. I don't know, maybe even more. But yeah, it's going to be a tough one. I not expected. I was not expecting the 2x Voids here, and it definitely feels off rotation. I don't know if you guys feel it as well or see it as well. Like I said, based on what I have on my notes, it should be 2x Ancient. I've asked for some verification, and as of recording, they haven't said anything about it, so I assume it's just the way it is. Now, the other thing that we know is that since Shredder is going to be a first place prize, that means his soul is not going to be part of any kind of other event later on, for example, like Hero's Path and all that stuff. It's expected that he's probably going to be, winner take all style. But the other thing we know is that, since they offered Shredder and his soul as a first place prize, it feels slightly less likely that they would do that with Leonardo and offer him as a first place prize. So if I were to do a poll of my personal guess of what Leonardo would be, it would still be like majority vote would probably still go for a Hero's Path, and it still would be shard related. And of course with an energy component as well, whether dungeon diving or training. So yeah, that would still be my top vote right now. Like I said, I've been hearing a lot of different ideas out there. First place winner take all for champion training, champion chase, guaranteed void summon, break up the champion and the soul in 2 different events and all that. I just think it's just going to be a massive Hero's Path. Maybe baking in the next fusion, the Halloween fusion. So if you guys didn't know, the Halloween fusion was just announced as well. Make sure you guys check out the video. So I could see that happening. That could all happen at sometime in October, sometime first week of November. Collab ends November 13th, And I could totally see, you know, a Leonardo like superheroes path with his soul, his champion, and fusion pieces in it. It could just be the most massive like hero's path to end it all. And I think that's probably where, you know, I would think is most likely to happen. Anyways, folks, let me know in the comments below what you guys think about all this. Do you guys think it should have been 2x Ancient? It does feel strange that it's 2x Voice. Do you guys have Shredder? Are you guys on track to get April O'Neil and her Titan event finished up? Will you be pulling Void Shards this weekend? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Appreciate you guys watching until the end. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.